Alright, so first attempt, first rep at breaking down some matches online. This is something I've been wanting to get into. Uh, it just seems fun to me. Seems like a lot of people like it as far as like content when it comes to social media or when it comes to YouTube. Um, so this is just my first rep. Plan on getting lots of practice so I can become good at this, obviously, like I talk about a lot. And then I'm going to be doing a lot of reps with my students. I'm sure it won't be super entertaining to the regular person, but it's going to help me get better, and it helps my students get better at jiu-jitsu, which is the whole point of my academy. So rep one, first one. Last night, 1FC had an event. Ruotolo took on Chen. It's a little bit surprising. Not that I thought Ruotolo or Tai would run through Chen, but I did think he would win and submit him. But Joe lasted the whole 10 minutes, and the whole 10 minutes was pretty pretty equal. He gave him a really good fight. It was no walk in the park for Tai, obviously. But with that, let's go ahead and get started. Also, this is like my fourth or fifth take trying to do this, so getting those reps in on that with using Descript, which is the software I'm using to record this stuff, and just keep messing up little weird things, but hopefully this will be a good one right here. Alright, so getting started right here. They come out. I won't sit here through this whole thing. I'll chop some of this out in editing, but they come out and they wrestle for a couple minutes first. Again, like, one of the things that surprises me the most about Chen is he just seems so confident. Like, he does not have a wrestling background, and then he's just not scared of being taken down at all, it seems. He just conquers that fear and ignores it, and he conquers his fear and he just does what he's supposed to do. He does what's correct. So he comes up here. Both of them through this battle, they both kind of fight for that 2-on-1 Russian grip multiple times throughout here. I remember seeing that last night. A lot of head position, a lot of Tai hangs on his head a lot throughout the match. A lot of hand fighting, pulling on his head more than Chen does. And that's not surprising at all to me. That's like a big Autos thing. I got it myself from Andre Galvao, watching him at his ADCC super fights. Saw how much it helped, how much it frustrated the other guy and wore them out and made them tired. And I implemented it into my wrestling. Not that I'm some amazing wrestler, but that is one of the areas I excel in when it comes to wrestling. Even guys that are definitely better than me at wrestling, I can frustrate them by just hanging on the head. But anyways, back to the match right here. So you'll see Tai do that a lot. At one point, Tai takes a pretty soon, I think, he takes a pretty deep shot. I don't know how hard he went for it. He got in on the hips pretty deep, but Joe just double under, stops it like it was nothing. Right there was a decent little foot sweep attempt. I don't know if Tai wasn't confident or he just felt something he didn't like. It didn't quite seem like the same Tai. Or maybe I'm just kind of getting it mixed up with Cade, because Cade is just so insanely aggressive and does not care, throws caution to the wind. But yeah, we'll skip forward a little bit here, try to get to the point where they're on the mat already. Alright, so this must be close right here. So hanging on the head. Alright, so a little outside like hip throw. Gets him down to the ground but doesn't keep him down. Alright, so right here is when Tai does get the takedown. Right off of an arm drag attempt by Chen, he shoots and double blasts him down. Alright, so right away, Chen is he's playing the butterfly. He got his second butterfly hook in right away. Tai's making a conscious effort. He's focusing on the wrist, not letting him use his hands at all. Maybe this is like step one for him of just shutting down the leg locks. You see him right there. He kind of circles his right knee inside and splits that guard. Goes for a quick leg lock, like a steamer lock it looked like right there. Super aggressive right here. I don't even remember it being this fast. But messing with his throat, messing with his breathing, controlling his wrists. They're going to get moved back to the center right here. So again, he's got the double butterfly hooks in, but he is laying on his back. He needs to, like, typically you're going to sit up to play a strong butterfly, but I guess I could say if you're looking for leg locks, you could be laying down, because I do that a lot too. I'm not a big butterfly guy, but I do use that for leg lock entries. Again, Tai splitting his guard apart, getting his right shin on the inside, circling it inside and separating his legs. And then, he'll go right back to it. So right here, he's like camping. This is a new term I've been hearing in jiu-jitsu a lot. Now he's on the foot stop pass right there. And then Joe's keeping his top leg in, making a hook. Now he's trying to move to north-south position right there. Hip in, Joe recovers. Sits up when he needs to finish recovering because Ty was starting to get ahead of him right there. Back to the foot stomp. And then bam, right here, kind of like an HQ, but he's camping on top of Joe Chen's right leg, his right shin. And then I can tell you from experience, like this becomes, here, this is right here. Let's go back. So right here, Joe Chen, he has his right butterfly hook in. He's shooting it across like inverted De La Hiva, and then you see him, he digs his left shin, goes shin to shin, like ankle to instep here, and then crosses his ankles right here to get a squeeze, extends his leg out, and then you'll see him hip, like tilt sweep towards the camera right here, towards Joe Chen's left side. And again, this was a surprisingly good attempt. I didn't expect from him. He's blocking this leg and this arm. So Ty starts off to defend by reaching across the body with his left arm here. And then you'll see he'll have to take a big back step right here to stop it. And then he just explodes. So right here, Joe Chen's trying to come up with the timing, like good surprise, catching him surprise right there. But Ty, being such a freaking athlete, he just jumps right back up. No problem. Splits the legs. And now again, he's camping right here. He's camping on top of this leg, and what I can tell you is when he starts putting a little force in one direction or the other, like if he wants to direct towards Ty directing towards his own left side, that's going to put a strain on Joe Chen's groin, and the groin is not like a very strong muscle that has good cardio. And then if he wants to put the pressure going the other direction towards the camera, towards the screen, then that's going to work his outer glute, Joe Chen's right outer glute, a lot. Just holding that position up, and you can't be lazy with it. If you're lazy with it, you just get your guard pass. And on top of that, he's adding in the wrist control, and now he's covering his mouth and his nose, messing up his breathing right here. Joe Chen addresses it. Ty makes an attempt to get to like chest-to-chest pressure, but the shin's in there. He doesn't get past that. He swims over the left leg. Some speed passing, trying to jump through. A little bit of knee cut, a little bit of Toriano, back to the camping on that leg, which, like I said, can be very exhausting over time. And that was a lot of effort put into the passing attempt. Back to the foot stomp kind of area, but slowing down a little bit because, as you can see, the more I'm talking means the more that's going on, the more work that he's doing. So again, a little bit of a flying knee cut, goes to his north-south position, but never gets a good connection, and Joe just reverts back around. Right here, he's got that same butterfly hook in, almost like he's trying to set up a false read. But I think that's also just his guard. He likes that half butterfly or the double butterfly. So right here, he's actually kind of setting up like what looks like a bear trap right there. If he figure fours his right leg over his left foot right there. Not the best position to pull it off, but it is the start of one right there. He's controlling the foot right there. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. You can see they actually did put a little pressure on his knee. I believe that's why he fell back right here, to relieve that pressure. Joe Chen holding on to it, but again, super athlete Ty. Joe Chen inverts through, almost like Kiss of the Dragon style, sets up like a 50-50, and then that's like, I'll rewind that. He kind of rolls like almost like Kiss of the Dragon style, coming here 50-50, and then Ty just like the Ruotolos, they're known for that. I think that's what they used to call the pretzel bolo. No one really calls it that anymore. It's just like the wedge bolo. But as soon as people reap on them, they use the reap and they force the reap even more. Well, I guess this wasn't a reap. This is the opposite side. So this is like they just force that foot down. They fall back right into a wedge bolo. I actually like this one a lot. I do this one a good amount too here. So wedge bowling right here, trying to take the back. Joe Chen fights out of it, reverses. Ty tries to come up on the back. Joe Chen recovers back to bottom. Ty right back on the pass in that north-south position. This is even better than I remember now that I'm like breaking it down. Ty controlling that top leg right there. Joe Chen frees it up. He's inverting now. I think Joe Chen's nice and warmed up, and now he's like believing that he's feeling more comfortable, just kind of got the jitters out. So he's just believing in his guard a lot more. Plus, when you get tired, you got no choice. You just got to believe in the technique. Joe Chen right here looks like he's trying to set up like Matrix K-guard entry stuff right here. Ty put his foot on his. He's making that hook right there, shin to shin. Pummels his leg inside the arm. So again, K-guard right here. Looks like maybe he's looking for some matrixy stuff. Pulls himself in. Pretty close to Matrix stuff right here. Ty keeping the pressure on. Not too much happening. Pulling him in. So here he goes to like the donkey guard, like reverse close guard right here. And I don't know, maybe because it's donkey guard, maybe Ty's just that good. He didn't seem worried at all. That's what scared me against a leg locker kind of guy like that. But he didn't do nothing with it. It almost looked like Joe Chen disliked it more. Maybe he felt something, and that's why Ty's not worried about it. He's got some kind of answer there. Now he's got his legs crossed in between them. Kind of reminds me of a really old school BJ Penn guard. Just playing an X loose on the opposite hips. Alright, so create some space, recover. I think Joe Chen's starting to get a little tired here. Same exact thing, just the same pummeling, same foot stop. Right here, Ty jumps for he jumped for like a little Kimura or something, not much on him. He just recovered, got back, made sure he stayed on top real quick. This almost looks like it's in fast forward to me. I don't think I messed with the settings or anything. It's regular speed. Again, back on that K-guard entry right here. Ty blocking the hip with his right forearm, starting to cut that knee cut through. Joe Chen gets that knee shield in with that, what was that position called? The fucking key lock or something like that. Alright, so again, camping on that top leg. I remembered him doing way more camping on that leg. Explosive passing, right back, same exact stuff. Just knees, the leg stomp. Right there, he got a pretty good bite on that inside bear trap position. So this right here is probably the scariest moment of the match. And again, like I remembered that looking, maybe this is in fast forward or something. I don't know, it just seems fast to me. But, so Joe Chen right here, he's kind of setting up that like, so this is like a single leg X right here. And then he starts to set up an outside heel hook. And I remember Ty like sitting back like longer, but now rewatching it looks like he instantly goes. And he does the normal Ruotolo, like throw that leg over, back step over, and spin like a full 360. And as you do it, they pull their knee out. And it's just very hard to hold on to clearly, especially Nogi when you're getting all sweaty and whatnot. And then Ty tries some little footlock right there. Not a lot on it, but maybe just an attempt to scare him to get him to make a bad reaction so he can pass his guard. Right back on it. He's keeping that, Joe Chen's keeping that left shin in there. This is how I play a lot of my Nogi. And then that was it. So yeah, maybe not the best match ever, not the most exciting match ever, but there was actually a lot in there, and even more now that I rewatch it, and it seemed like it was moving faster. I don't know, kind of weird. Yeah, first breakdown, many more to come, and I'll get better at this for sure.